Hi guys, Black is here. Earlier today I was on YouTube and I ran across a video by Redline Car Reviews. You know, the little zesty Asian guy who I always knew was zesty. And a year or two ago, he admitted that he had a boyfriend. But anyway, the point is this video is not that. I skipped over the video because I thought it was a video on the Charger EV. So I skipped over it. And the video came back up again, the thumbnail or whatever, and I realized it was a gas car. So I watched the video. And I was down in the comments and a couple people mentioned actually it was just one person mentioned that he wished they would bring back the Hemi. I'm assuming he's talking about the 392. And he wanted a bump in horsepower. So now, let's just say that a 392 Charger, right, with, 485 horsepower, would be slower than the new car that's got the twin turbo inline six with 540 horsepower. 540 horsepower, right? The 392 would be slower. Yeah, it would sound better, but it would be slower. Then he says, well, I wish they would give a bump in, well, he didn't say this, but in the comment, he said he wished Dodge would give it a bump in horsepower. And I'm like, I left a comment and said, it'll still be slower than the twin turbo 6. And he goes, well, yeah, I know it'll be slower, but I just want a bump to that 500 horsepower. Okay, the car makes 485 horsepower. Why would you want to Dodge to up the horsepower to 500? It's still going to be slower than the new car, you know? So why would you want them to, because if they bump 15 horsepower, it's going to cost money because they're going to have to change cams. Now, I know you guys don't want to admit it, but that's where horsepower comes from when it's a normally aspirated engine. So a 392 makes 485 horsepower, the last one I heard. If you bump it to 500, no, a tune is not going to do it. Yes, I know there are companies that claim that they can tune horsepower out of a normally aspirated engine. They can't. They can't. That engine has 485 horsepower cam. To get it to 500, they're going to have to put another cam in the car. Yes, that 15 horsepower, they're going to have to put another cam in the car. There's no other way around it. And again, so that's going to cost more money. And the car is still going to be slower than the twin turbo 6-cylinder. So what's the point? The point that just admit that a lot of you guys out here would rather have a slow V8 that sounds good than to have a fast inline six. Now me, I'd rather have a fast inline six. You know, my F-150, when I bought it back in 2016, I've never had a problem with the sound of it. I don't care. To me, to be honest, I'm gonna tell you the truth. My truck, the exhaust in 2006 is slightly louder, I think, than the newer trucks. I think it's louder, but I don't have a problem with the sound. It does not, no, it don't sound like a V8, but I don't have a problem with it. I did not buy the truck for sound. I bought the truck for fuel economy and the fact that I just wanted a full-size truck with a little 2.7 twin turbo V6. I don't have a problem with the power. Yes, I raised the top speed from 101 to 120, but that was because if you drive an F-150 2.7 and you put your foot in it, you hit the limiter in third gear. In third gear, you got 3 gears left. You know, I get out there and I was having people who would, for whatever reason, you know, jump out there and I'll jump out there and I'll go catch them. And right when I get up on a bumper, I hit the 100 mile per hour limiter and they go by. So that's why I raised it to 120. But again, you know, I drove a 5.0 F-150. It was 2019. And yes, it sounds good. And I actually raced. I had a friend, my friend Danny, he drove I think he drove the V8 and I drove my truck. And I was hanging with him. And the thing was, the V8 had the 10-speed. I got a 6-speed. I was hanging with him for probably 40 miles per hour. After that, he started to pull away. But again, it just tripped me out when people just want the V8 sound. And be honest with you, the person I'm coming with is probably a child. He probably ain't never even drove a 392. Probably ain't never drove a 392. And the thing is, I've driven the Charger and I've driven the Challenger. They were fast cars. But the new car is supposed to be, that car, I did a 0 to 60 and it was 4.3 seconds, right? I haven't driven a new car, but they said in Redline car review that I think the car is 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds. So it's quite a bit faster than the old 392. There's nothing Dodge can do, or whoever made the damn car, can make it as fast as the twin turbo V6. You boost the horsepower, it still ain't gonna be quick because it don't have the low end torque that the twin turbo V6, inline 6 had. And then the guy left a comment holler, the new car got a lot of turbo lag. He ain't even drove the car. How the hell he know how much turbo lag it's got? And apparently it's not too much lag if it's still 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds. Apparently it's not too much turbo lag. But again, it's just you have people who just want a V8. They would rather have a slower V8 than a faster inline 6 twin turbo. There are people like that. These are the same people who swear they love power. I love power. I want, like he just said, I want a boost. He want a boost in power. You got a boost with the inline 6. Yeah, I know it don't sound as good, but everybody want to drag race, right? Everybody want to race, right? Everybody want to be fast, right? Get a twin turbo and shut the hell up. Dre, y'all have a good day.